Follow me. We are going into the book of Enoch, beyond the fallen stars and the heavens, to see the secrets of the watchers.
This is the tree of wisdom, of which thy father old and the aged mother, who were before thee, have eaten, and they learnt wisdom, and their eyes were opened, and they knew that they were naked. Radiant, no longer innocent by their nature. Once wisdom turned on the light, they knew good and bad, and they were driven out of the garden, the human and his wife. And from thence they went to the ends of the impervious, and saw there great beasts, and each differed from the other, and birds also differlets. And to the east of those beasts I saw the ends of the earth, whereon the heaven rests, and the portals of heaven open.
He showed all things to me, and wrote them down for me. Also their names he wrote for me, and their laws and their companies.
Behold, the darkness was upon the faces of the sea of dark people.
Man is become as one of us, to know good and evil.
Lest he put forth his hand, and take also of the tree of life, and eat, and live forever.
Son, you took the fruit. Now take forth your hand, and eat from the tree of life, and live.
A seeding of the planet, and popping up like the first generation of grass, was every animal and beast that walked the face of the earth. Every herb bearing seed of every kind producing, and every fowl of the air, and every fish in the sea. Mud was transformed into clay tablets, and the words of wisdom were written as a bright light swept.
A seeding of the planet, and popping up like the first generation of grass, was every animal and beast that walked the face of the earth.
It's beautiful. Look at the sky.
God did not form man from mud. God formed man's mind of the reality of
Come, let us choose us wives from among the children of men, and beget us children.
I fear y'all will not indeed agree to do this deed. Let us all swear an oath, and all bind.
And there were 200, who descended in the days of Jared, Noah's father. And all took one.
And the wives became pregnant, and they taught them everything.
Fallen angels. And it came to pass, when the children of men had multiplied, that in those days were born unto them beautiful and comely daughters. And the angels, the children of the heaven, saw and lusted after them, and said to one another, Come, let us choose us wives from among the children of men, and beget us children. And Semjaza, who was their leader, said unto them, I fear ye will not indeed agree to do this deed, and I alone shall have to pay the penalty of a great sin. And they all answered him and said, Let us all swear an oath, and all bind ourselves by mutual imprecations, not to abandon this plan, but to do this thing. Then swear they all together, and bound themselves by mutual imprecations upon it. And they were in all 200, who descended in the days of Jared on the summit of Mount Hermon, and they called it Mount Hermon, because they had sworn and bound themselves by mutual imprecations upon it.
These are their chiefs of tens: Samlazaz, Araklba, Ramil, Kokablel, Tamlel, and Ramlel.
And Azazel taught men to make swords, and knives, and shields, and breastplates, and made known to them the metals of the earth, and the art of working them, and bracelets, and ornaments, and the use of antimony, and the beautifying of the eyelids, and all kinds of costly stones, and all coloring tinctures. And there arose much godlessness, and they committed fornication, and they were led astray, and became corrupt in all their ways. Simjaza taught enchantments and root minus cuttings, Armaros the resolving of enchantments, Barakijal taught astrology, Kokabel the constellations, Ezekiel the knowledge of the clouds, Arakil the signs of the earth, Shamsiel the signs of the sun, and Sariel the course of the moon. And as men perished they cried, and their cry went up to heaven.
And when men could no longer sustain them, the giants turned against them and devoured mankind. The giants turned against them and devoured mankind. As Bible can attest to the fact, God repeatedly, that there is nothing new under his sun.
There is nothing new under God's sun. The giants produced by fallen angels are today's tech giants.
That's disrespectful.
These modern-day giants
They didn't just obscure the facts, they completely erased the truth.
These modern-day giant tech of the past attempt to centralize the operating system of human existence through data harvesting and algorithmic control. The omnipresence of the divine acts as the underlying reality, uncompiled and impervious to the corruption of human-engineered systems. Where corporate giants seek to install a closed-source dominion over our social and economic landscape, God's presence remains the root kernel of existence, providing the only true security protocol against the fragmentation of the human soul. This is not a system to be patched or upgraded by speculative capital, but the foundational architecture that sustains the universe, rendering the Tower of Babel ambitions of today's tech monopolies as mere temporary glitches in an eternal, sovereign design. Now, regarding the commercial potential of this pioneering digital infrastructure, fueling the rise of the initial surge of internet-based startups was accompanied by a pervasive anxiety that touched every corner of the market. While this era of accelerated expansion appeared beneficial on the surface, it introduced profound structural challenges. The structural collapse of tech giants shapes a larger, systemic crisis for humanity itself. When technology is optimized for corporate profit over human well-being, it creates profound psychological, social, and biological vulnerabilities. Cognitive and psychological erosion. Dopamine hijacking. Algorithms systematically destroy human attention spans, leaving populations vulnerable to constant distractions. While these soaring valuations theoretically permit founders to capture vast capital while retaining control, they are frequently shackled by preference mandates that dictate specific distributions. Without reaching a truly staggering magnitude, the architects of these digital realms risk the total dissolution of their personal equity. These predatory maneuvers, a path toward economic sovereignty, often manifest as little more than algorithmic deceptions. In our current epoch, the global theater is dominated by a tight circle of giants who are diverting billions toward the expansion of artificial intelligence. The voracious consumption required for new data centers suggests a dystopian reality where an engineered force drains the Earth's natural resources to nourish its own binary heart. A wave of speculative mania has driven market caps to celestial heights, with these giants recently surpassing the $5 trillion mark, while the father of these giants hold firm above the $4 trillion horizon. These metrics entrench a totalizing governance over international finance. Future processing demands will require a colossal $7 trillion infusion into data center architecture by the end of the decade. It is worth noting, however, that statistics can be manipulated into an evil tool to serve specific narratives. To facilitate these ambitious objectives, these behemoths are increasingly leveraging significant debt instruments, as evidenced by a giant's $30 billion corporate bond issuance to finance massive developments.